From the News Channel 5 Network, this is OpenLine.
All right, hi everybody. Monday night, it is time for Open Line. I'm Rhori Johnston. Glad you tuned in on this hot Monday night. So I know you're probably inside enjoying the air conditioning and sitting back and relaxing after a hard day at work. And you know, when you are at work, you get that paycheck every 2 weeks, perhaps monthly, weekly, and Social Security is taken right out of that paycheck. And there's a reason for that, because later in life, once we retire, hopefully, we will then get a little bit of return on the dollars invested. And John Navin is our guest tonight. He has returned from John Navin Associates, investment advisor down in Cool Springs. Good to see you, sir.
Nice to see you as well. Thank you.
Chicago originally, I know we talked about this last time you were here, and now you get a nice Tennessee summer.
I do. I'm getting used to it though, so it's very nice.
Oh man, it's been a hot one out there. Yeah. This is a great time though, and hopefully we got some callers who will call in, take advantage of this next hour as we talk with John. 615-737+ is the phone number, and we'll talk about, broaden things out and talk about all sorts of retirement issues and investing. But specifically Social Security, this caught my eye. I just read an article recently about, I think every year this trustee fund panel comes out with its report to see how we're doing with the Social Security fund. And right now they've got it out to about the year 2034. And of course I calculate that and I think, oh, that's perfect, right about when I retire.
Yes.
Should people plan for Social Security, that yes, I'm going to get some Social Security benefits once I retire, or should that be an after, put it away and I'm not trusting it that it's going to be there for me?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a piece of the puzzle. I don't think we can eliminate it altogether. I don't think they'll eliminate it altogether. Right. But if we look and start considering the amount of debt that the country has, the shape that it's in, eventually we're going to have to recoup some of these assets. We also have a retirement force that is actually increasing. So more folks are getting retired who are going to tap into Social Security, whereas we have less people who are actually funding this Social Security benefit. So I would say the short answer to that is Social Security should be one piece of your puzzle. Right. So have a full picture.
And this is probably a loaded question, a political one, but a lot of people ask, wait a minute, if we've been paying into this fund for so long, and, a good amount of money, where's it all going? Well, and, can't they create a law where they can't pay out more than what's being, coming in?
Yeah. And I think the truth of the matter is, not being a politician, and I've often learned that there's a few things you don't touch, and I think probably on TV this might be one of them, at least for me. Yeah. I know the fund is not there. So they had money set aside for Social Security, and I think some of it still is there, but like anything else that sits dormant for too long, somebody will reach in there and put their hand in the proverbial cookie jar, and so the funds aren't there. And I think you are correct. They did extend it to 2034. Last year they had the fund being not exhausted, but they had to reduce the benefit to 75% of what you're entitled to by 2033. So there's going to be some kind of modification at some point.
I'd say once or twice a year I think I receive a statement from Social Security. Should I be taking a close look at those, or since I'm at least 15 years away, at least, from retirement, should I really not worry about it right now?
Yeah, it's going to be a benefit.
It's going to change so much?
And it's going to change, and there's nothing you can do about it. So whatever the benefit is today, that's what it is. Now, and I know you had mentioned your age, but I'll let you mention it. But fast forward 12 or 15 years, then it becomes very, very important as to how you're going to take it. Right. There are about 567 different ways you can take Social Security. Most people only know a few.
That was one of the notes that I have here that really shocks me, that there are almost 3,000 rules in the Social Security handbook, 567 ways to claim benefits for a single person, and more than 1,100 ways to claim benefits for a married couple.
Yes.
And 10 billion go unclaimed every year.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So you're entitled to that money, and you alluded to it earlier. You've paid into this. It's your money. You've paid taxes for the 40 years that you worked. you put your money in there, you're entitled to some kind of benefit. I think a lot of people believe that, oh, whatever I get will be okay, and it's going to be, it is what it is, and I'm not going to count on it. I've got clients that are making $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year off Social Security, and most people will look and say at their statement, well, my benefit's $1,400 a month. That's not very much money. But if you know the ways to maximize the system, and you're married, that was a married couple, you can really have a big benefit when it hits retirement age.
All right, 737 plus, everybody. We want to take some of your phone calls. We got calls coming in. We want you to keep calling in as we continue. But let's go right to the phones right now, John, if you don't mind, and then we'll go over some more of our notes here. We welcome Melissa. Hi, Melissa.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. My mom is bedridden. She's got a broken ankle. She just recently had a stroke that nearly ended her life. And her husband draws disability. Is there any way that I can get my mama on disability too?
Disability is going to be treated a little bit differently than Social Security.
Yes.
Two different sets of parameters. It would depend upon how old her dad was. I'm not sure how old her dad was.
How old is your stepdad, I should say, or your dad? Who is?
My dad is 65 years old.
Okay. How old's your mom?
58.
58.
2 more years she can. If she doesn't qualify for disability, which you have to go through the Social Security Administration for, and that's a different process, she could probably be entitled to some of that benefit when she is 60. She could be entitled to 50% of her benefit, 50% of his benefit, or 100% of hers, whichever is greater.
Okay.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. But she was drawing disability back in 2002, and she was drawing it for like 3 months, and they automatically just quit. But she was fine then. You know, she had health problems, but now she cannot walk. She can't even move her right arm like she used to, and we have to buy diapers, we have to buy chucks, and it's just the expenses is getting really, really expensive for us.
Yeah.
And we're just seeing if she could qualify since she's in the bed because she cannot walk at all. We have nurses coming out 3 days a week, 3 nurses.
Wow.
And everything, and I'm taking care of her 24/7. I had to quit my job to stay home with her. To take care of her, and that has really been a very financial burden, you know, on us because I lost all that pay.
Sure.
So I was just seeing if I could get her, if she qualified for disability.
And again, disability is different than retirement. So that's Melissa, I hate to say it, but that's outside of my area of expertise. So.
But contact Social Security.
Social Security.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so
and good
much
luck,
for
and we
listening
hope
to
things
me.
work out for you.
Yes, good luck. That is a tough one.
Yeah, it is. All right, let's go to Joyce next on line 3. Hi, Joyce. Joyce, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, go ahead. What's on your mind?
Yes, I was asking, I heard you say earlier that disability was kind of out of your realm, but I was wanting to file for my disability and have been fighting it since 2001. And they keep saying that I can't file it because I'm still living with my husband and he's working and they're using his income. But I am so broke up, I'm just a walking robot, you might say. I'm full of metal. And I'm not understanding why they're denying me my disability on the basis of my husband's income.
Have you consulted a Social Security, an attorney who specializes in that at all, Joyce?
I have. Like I said, when I broke it, I don't have any more money now for another lawyer now. I've had to pay for 4 lawyers. Like I said, I've been fighting it since 2001.
Sure.
But I'm just, they can't hold down even just a medial sitting job in the public because of the breaks, the different breaks that I have having in my body.
Yeah, again, Joyce, excuse me, because we have to go to a break here, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but for a disability claim like that, it really probably is the best. But there are a lot of attorneys who specialize in this, and they know how to navigate, because for anyone, just a regular person, trying to navigate this red tape and bureaucracy can be difficult. Right?
Too many rules, too much stuff going on. The key is to see if you can find someone. And some of these attorneys will take you because they'll get paid a benefit if you get awarded claim. So on the disability side, if you get claim from the government, the attorney gets paid. So you don't have to pay them first.
Tonight, though, we are specifically talking investments and your retirement. Have you planned, and what portion of your retirement have you kind of put aside hoping for some Social Security benefits? Those are the questions we'd like tonight. 737+. John Navin is our guest. We're going to take our first break. We'll be back with more Open Line right after this.